13th District. Mr. Robby Starbuck, running for a district in Tennessee. And of course, U.S. Congressman Madison Cawthorn.
Well, hello, Patriots. It is so good to be here with you. Anytime I get outside of Washington, D.C. to where what I call normal Americans, it makes my heart so proud. The big reason I don't like being in Washington, D.C. is because there are so many people in Washington who are these career politicians, and they just say, oh, well, it's just another election. There's always drama in the news cycle. But my friends, this is not just another election. We all know, especially if any of you who are here that have children, or any of you that are close to my age growing up, you know just how hard we have been pulled around to be used as political pawns since the day we started going to school, since the day we started. The radical left tried to indoctrinate us at such a young age. We know that that's what's at stake, and that is why I am so proud to know that I'm about to get some reinforcements from a young man who does not believe that this is just another election, who realizes that the battle for America is going on right now, and we have got to steer this ship the correct way. And my friends, that is this incredible lion, Hines.
Thank you so much, Madison. Do we not have an incredible patriot in Madison Cawthorn right here? I mean, Congressman Cawthorn is truly America's congressman, and we're hoping to lead the charge to bring in some reinforcements for him in 2022. But I want to thank all of you guys for coming out here and engaging in this fight. It's about time that we mobilize together as one unit to take on the absolute radical left that we're seeing today. As I've traveled across the district these last 8 months, I've driven over 70,000 miles, and I've met with thousands of voters. The resounding message I continually hear is that people want government to stay the hell out of their lives, and they want government to protect their liberty interests. From the time I was a young man, I've heard politicians come around for decades making many promises. We've seen a lot of empty promises. We have to look at where we are as a country right now. We're $30 trillion in debt. We have biological men about to compete in female athletics. We're losing the culture war. We have rampant illegal immigration, and we're watching our rights be stripped away before our eyes. This ends in 2022. This ends today. The Republican Party is the party of optimism. It's the party of inclusivity. And it's the party of opportunity. Together, we're going to make this country great. We're going to bring back our freedoms. We're going to make sure that this radical administration doesn't take any more ground from us. We will not let it happen.
Amen! We are right!
Well, thank you guys so much. I want to pass this microphone over to another America First patriot, another lion, that Robby Starbuck, who's running in the 5th District of Tennessee.
Thank you, Johnston County. I want to start, first of all, with a question for you guys. Are you happy with these tyrannical school boards run by Marxists?
No!
Are you happy with these people trying to indoctrinate our kids to hate our country and hate what it stands for?
No!
Are you going to allow it to continue?
No!
And that's what makes this so special is we see this uprising all over the country. You may have seen what we did down in Tennessee in Williamson County, which Joe Biden can't stop lying about, but that shouldn't be a surprise for him. He keeps calling it this uprising a mob of angry parents. He's somewhat right, but he added the word violent. It is a mob of angry parents. It's a mob of angry parents who are not going to allow this indoctrination to continue. They're not going to allow our country to be torn apart by Marxists who don't love this country. And the reason why this matters so much to me is my family already has dealt with this once in Cuba. They lost everything to people with the same ideology who swore they weren't communists, but they were. The same ideal saying we believe in free healthcare and education for all and social justice, and in the end, the people in Cuba, you look there today, what does it look like? Does it look like a place you want to live?
Yes!
It's not. These people are indoctrinated at every level, separated from their parents' parental rights stripped from them. Are we going to allow your parental rights to be stripped from you in the United States of America?
No!
I'm not going to allow that for my own children. As a father of 3 children, that is the most basic motivator for me to run for Congress, because I know my kids deserve a lion representing them and fighting for them in Congress. And if my kids deserve it, your kids deserve it too. We are no different. We are the people, and that's why we are doing what we're doing, to be your voice. These establishment politicians lost their connection to the people, if they ever had it, a long time ago. And so people like us, we are what you get when you forget what the heart and soul of America truly is. We are what you get. Reluctant politicians who are going there not to lead sheep, but to wake up lions. So you guys are all awake now to what is going on in this country.
Yes, we are.
And when we say, I say a lot, I will not comply, and we will not comply. But what does that mean? What does that look like? We can't just say it, we have to act it everyday life. Step 1, where do you spend your money? Stop giving your money to people who hate you. Don't give your money to Netflix. Don't give your money to the place down the street who's asking whether or not you had a vaccine. Don't give your money to any of these mega corporations who fundamentally do not believe in America. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, don't let this just be a one-day thing. Just because Madison's here, I'm here, Bo's here. This needs to be all the time. Organize, get each other's phone numbers. Show up for school board candidates. And you make sure every school board candidate who acts against the interests of parents is on notice. You will, not you might, not you'll try, you will take their seats. You will fill those seats with parents who have the actual interests of parental rights and our children in their heart. The truth is, these are supposed to be nonpartisan institutions, but that stopped a long time ago. The truth is, they don't care what facts we bring in. They don't care that the CDC's own study in May said that masks in a school setting showed no efficacy. That means it didn't work. Okay? That was in a study of 90,000 children in Georgia, over 150 schools. That is the CDC's own study. You want to break that down even more? That means that the risk of children dying within this study, you can see the risk of children dying is actually less, okay, than the statistic NASA released of our chance that the meteor Bennu is going to hit the planet Earth by 2300. You literally have a better chance of a meteor hitting Earth by 2300 than you do of your child dying of COVID. Okay? They don't care about that, though. They don't actually care about the science. They walk into these school board meetings knowing exactly what they want to do. And it is to strip rights from people and take more control, because that is what Marxists do. They're addicted to it. The minute, you ever read the book, You Give a Mouse a Cookie? We got a lot of parents here, so, okay. I love that book. I read it to my kids all the time. So, that book, it tells you a lot about Marxists. The minute you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Okay? They're going to ask for that glass of milk. And what they've gotten away with during COVID was that first cookie that made them ask for the glass of milk, and they're going to demand it. And it is our job to stand up like lions and say, no, we will resist every step of the way. And so if you didn't have hope before today, or you were wavering on hope, just know we are not alone. People like Bo, people like Madison, people like myself, we are out there every day fighting for you, fighting for your children. We will not stop. We will not relent. We will not bow down to the establishment. They can't buy us. And that's what makes them most uncomfortable, is they cannot control us. The people do. We are the people's representatives. So get behind every one of these candidates. Fight for our school boards. Fight for our children. Be smart. The facts are on our side. The facts are on our side. The people are on our side. Don't make mistakes. Be smart. We got this. The Lions are coming in 2022. And when we do, the Democrats and the establishment, they are going to deeply regret the day they woke up these Lions so that we could wake up others. And now let me introduce to you, how could I forget, the great Congressman from North Carolina, Madison Cawthorn.
As I said, what an honor to be out here with normal Americans. It makes my heart very happy and very glad. You know what? I was sad that David Rouser has to be in Washington, D.C., but I'll tell you, he is up there actually doing his job. He's up there doing a really good job. You should all be proud of your congressman. But the reason that I'm here today is I always tell people that, you know, I devote most of my time either trying to be a good Christian, a good husband. I just got married in April, very happy. Trying to be a good husband, a good Christian, and a good congressman. So that means I spend about 90% of my time either in Western North Carolina, up in my mountains, in my district, or in Washington, D.C. But that other 10% of the time I have devoted to saving my generation from socialism. And that's why I'm here right now. Some of you, I'm sure, have kind of a question. Well, this is outside of your district. Robby's not even in this state. Bo's outside of his district. But my friends, let me tell you, the days of Republicans being unorganized, unaggressive, and just sitting back, allowing the radical left to run roughshod over us are over. We are going on offense. For too long, the ideology of the right has been, let's put everybody on defense and just hold them back as much as we can. So let's use a football analogy. If you devote all of your time to defense, you hold the other team to only scoring 4 points on you, then you can just go back and you can say, oh, they only scored 4 points on us. You did a pretty good job. But remember, you still lost by 4 points. And so, my friends, if we continue to allow them to have incremental victories over our liberties and our parental rights and our rights as Americans, where they take inch after inch after inch, year after year, that's how we get to the point we're at right now. And my friends, each and every single one of you is out here because we are going on offense to take our country back. So I want to thank you for being so involved. I want to thank you for being out here. You know what? It is a time that we stop sending these cookie-cutter politicians to the school board in Washington, D.C., and to the General Assembly. These people with pleated pants and tasseled loafers who just like seeing their name in the paper every other week. Let's send people who go to Washington or who go to your state level to say, you know what, I don't care what they call me, the radical media, because they are not the ones that called us to this position. Start electing people who want to fight for you no matter the personal cost. Every single arrow I take on behalf of North Carolina is an honor to me, because if I'm hated and derided in Washington, D.C., but loved here, then I'm doing my job. I want to thank everybody out here from Johnston County who's out here doing their job to defend our country, to fight back against the tyranny they're trying to impose on you, take your parental rights away. We are here to help you. We will not comply.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Caroline. Caroline made this happen.